Shabbat shalom.
We got very quiet all of a sudden. Is this on? Can you hear me? No, you cannot hear me. All right. Oh, now you can. All right, Shabbat shalom again.
Shabbat shalom.
We are going to begin our service with Hine Matov.
Yeah.
Hine Matov. Please join with us.
Page 128. Tov manayim, shevet hachim gam yachad. Hine ma 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 tov manayim, shevet hachim gam yachad.
How good and pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. That line comes from Psalm 133. I'd like to call up Courtney Levine to offer us a few words of welcome.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm Courtney Levine, representing the Board of Trustees, and I'd like to welcome you to Temple this evening. The beam of flowers this evening are in loving memory of Louis Romanoff and Lester Steiner from Raleigh and Albie Romanoff. The Temple's inaugural social action meeting is this Sunday at noon, so please see Janine tonight for reservations, or you can email her. Her email is in the April bulletin. Next Friday at 5 p.m. is Kiddush Club, Shabbat for our youngest members and their families, and that will include a pizza dinner, so you can RSVP to Wendy. Also next Friday at 6, Avi Wisnia will be sharing music and stories connected with his grandfather's experience in the Holocaust. Avi's father, Rabbi Eric Wisnia, was an assistant rabbi at the temple, so we hope you'll join us. And then Passover Seder will be on April 22nd at 5:30 p.m., and the deadline for the reservation is Monday, April 15th. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So I wanted to begin tonight with a thought from this little book that has a lot of wisdom. It's called Why Be Jewish? And it's by Rabbi David Wolpe. And in it, he highlights three major ideas of why to be Jewish. And in his section called To Grow in Soul, he talks about what Jewish people might encounter throughout their lives. So he says, first of all, it starts with the question, what if Judaism begins to seep in your soul? So this is a spiritual question. What if Judaism begins to seep in your soul? What will others think of you? The answer will vary, but some will be dismayed. Many will not understand. Some will respect your conviction and recognize the courage required to take a stand of enlightened faith in our age, in our land. Whatever reactions you encounter, one conclusion is clear. It is a foolish life that is lived in the minds of others. The attempt to fine-tune the perception of others is draining and futile. You might be shaking your head at this moment in the world that we're living in. Ultimately, inside our own souls, we know that if we have lived with courage or cowardice, let others choose for themselves. To live as a Jew is to cast your destiny with a numerically small people, a people that is no stranger to change or challenge or disdain. It is a people that has long realized that the opinion of others cannot always be relied upon, and that ultimately only the bearer of a soul can know its secret workings. He continues, if you live in this world and you are not merely passing through it, you will have to listen to what stirs your soul. The journey itself, exhausting, exhilarating, and wondrous, will begin to enchant you, and courage will carry you past the objections of those who will not understand. When God called to Abraham, Abraham responded with a single word, Hineni, here I am. So as we pray our prayers tonight and sing and join together and hear from our Israeli guests who are here tonight, I want you to consider this question. What stirs your soul? It could be connection, it could be family, it could be nature, it could be music, it could be prayer, and it could be a whole combination of these things. But I want us to consider what stirs your soul. And with that, as we have been doing for the last 6 months, could not have imagined that we are still in this place of war in Israel and Gaza, recognizing hostages who are still separated from their families and their lives. Tonight we are recognizing Yagev Bushtav, who is 34 and just turned 35, actually, I read. He's a musician and a talented cook, and he has dedicated his life to caring for animals. And he was taken from kibbutz Nirim, which is the same kibbutz that one of the young men who spoke here a few weeks ago is also from. And his girlfriend's name is Ramon, and she is waiting for his return. We will invite him to be a part of our service tonight. We're going to turn now to page 120, and I'd like to call up Kim Stroll and Chaya Kramer to lead us in the candle blessing. You can choose one, either one.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Can you read the English, please?
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
That's okay. You can go back and please. Thank you.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik shel Shabbat.
turn now to page 138 and join together in Lecha Dodi, which is a mystical Jewish compilation of verses that welcomes in the Shabbat spirit. And for the Kabbalists, the mystics in the city of Sfat in Israel, the idea of Shabbat really was something that stirred their soul. So we'll be singing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And at the end, on verse 9, we'll all stand up and face the doorway as the Kabbalists did when they went out into the field to welcome in Shabbat. Look at the English at the bottom of page 145 before the Chatzi Kadesh. Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. Chatzi Kadesh.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא יברך עדותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי המאיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפעה ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמד קודשה בריחו לעלמין כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבקתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואימרו אמן.
Page 146, the Baruch Hu are called to worship. Please rise if you are able.
Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed.
Page 149, our interpretation for Ma'ariv Aravim. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. Continue with the following paragraphs of the Shema, the Ve'ahavta, which comes to us from Deuteronomy, straight from the Torah.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, that there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be at one and at peace. Then we shall all rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Following page, Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha b'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, norati lot, Osefele, norati lot, Osefele, malchut kara uvanecha, mokeh hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Adonai ad Yaakov, ugvelo meyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Gal Yisrael.
The bottom of page 160 in English, let's join together. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru, on the following page, our song for Shabbat.
V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. בני ובן, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם Yisheshet yamim asad Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Uvayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash.
Page 165, there's this interesting kavanah, or intention. I haven't looked at it in a while. It says, in an envelope marked personal, God addressed me a letter. In an envelope marked personal, I have given my answer. When we stand for the Amidah, this is at once a communal prayer that echoes for generations ago. These are the same words our people have said for generations and generations and generations, with a few tweaks here and there. But at the same time, it is also our personal moment to connect with our ancestors, to connect with God, to connect with our community as we all stand as one. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh HaKol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, u'mevii ge'ula livnei v'nem, l'ma'ad shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'mashiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol et harav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem. Mechacher chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim ve'rofech olim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato lishenei afar. Micha mocha bar gevurot, u'mido melach, melech memit u'mchayeh, u'matzmiach Yeshua, v'nehemah atah l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh, shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalaluch asela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el ha'kadosh.
Please be seated. Join together at the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 175, the words of Ritzay asking for God to accept our prayers. Page 178, we have our prayer for peace. As we sing this prayer, we think about all of those around us in our immediate communities, in our country, and around the world who are in need of peace on this Shabbat. Continue with that now.
Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Al Yisrael Amcha Tasim tasim leolam v'tov b'necha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
And just as we pray for peace, we also pray for healing for the people in our lives. And in our community this week, we are thinking of Robin Stone, Marvin Jacobs, Haley Lorenz, Lois Roth, Betty Benjamin, Richard Herman, Bonnie Ross, Cindy Bramson, and Yitzhak Halevi Ben Miriam, Cantor Ivor Lichterman. If we're thinking of anyone else and we'd like to share their name, I would encourage you to do so. We'll start on this side of the room.
Dave Saltzman, Noreen McElroy.
Page 371, the words of Misha Berach.
Source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
May they each find a sense of wholeness and healing very soon. We'll take the next few moments for our own personal prayer.
say shalom bimrama. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
This time, I would like to call up our guests, Maya and Noah, who are Shinshinim, who are spending the year in the U.S. Please come on up. Teaching about Israeli culture and being a part of American Jewish culture as well. Thank you for being here. Right here.
Hey everyone.
Hello. We are very excited to be here.
Yeah. So first of all, we would love to start and to say that we are very excited for this weekend to spend here in the Jewish community in Toledo and to get to meet you guys, the community, and also to get to know the teens better and hopefully to make a good connection and deep connection with them.
We are volunteering here in the Jewish community in Cleveland. We're here since August, and we're ending our gap year in June in 2 months. So we graduated high school last year. Both of us are, I'm 18, Maya is 19. And next year we are going to the Army, so we delayed our service in a year. And now we're volunteering in the Jewish community in Cleveland, in the day schools, in public schools, in temples, synagogues, basically in all of the community, and we work a lot with teens.
And our goal is to make the teens more connected to the community, but also through this year we also learned so much from them, and I feel like I got closer to my Jewish identity, and I learned so much from your life here. And I think this is what we hope to also have here in the Jewish community here. So I think we will tell you a bit about ourselves. My name is Maya. I'm living in Tel Aviv. I have a twin sister, and she's also a Shinshinit, what I'm doing, but in Chicago. I have also 2 older brothers. They are both currently serving in the Army. They are officers. They are flying airplanes remotely. And through the war, they were most of the time in the Army, and they worked really hard. And it was really hard also for us to be far away from home while the war. But I think we also got so much from the community, and they really helped us and really make us stronger. And a bit more about myself. So also in Israel, we also have youth movements like here. And I was in the Scouts, and I guide kids with special needs. And I love music, and I play the drums and the piano. And Sport is also a big part of my life, and I used to play in the Israeli national youth teams in water polo, so it's also a great experience that I had to represent my country and to play against people from all the world, and also to be with my team and to get to know better kids from all over Israel. And I also I feel blessed to be here and to do this gap year in the US, and also to be someone for the teens that they can share their experience and to share what they've been through, especially lately. So I'm very glad to be here.
I will introduce myself too. My name is Noah. I live in Nes Ziona. It's a small city in the center of Israel. It's south to Tel Aviv. I have 2 younger siblings. I'm the oldest in the family. I have one younger brother, he's 15, and one younger sister, she's 7, and I miss them a lot. A little bit about myself. Sport is a big part of my life. I used to dance, and we used to perform with our group, with my team in the studio. We used to perform in the biggest festivals in Israel. It was a big part of my life. I also used to teach dance, younger kids, and this is how I became a counselor. This is why I really wanted to be a Shinshin. And I also went to a youth group. It's a small youth group. It has a funny name. It's called Moadon Chic, and it's only in my city. So I used to be a counselor for 7th graders. So being a counselor was a really big part of my life. And being in Cleveland after October 7, it was even harder, but I feel like it really made me understand my part as a Shinshin and why did I even come here. I came here to connect with the teens and let them know better and to connect them to the community, to the Jewish community in Cleveland, but also to connect them to Israel. So I feel like I'm very important, and I feel like the job that we're doing, that we talk with these kids, that some of them never heard things about Israel before, is very important. And I feel very blessed as well to be here and to have the opportunity to speak with the teens in Toledo, too, and to be here and speak with you. And thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I participated in a webinar earlier this week about how we should talk to kids about what's happening in Israel. And it was actually planned before October 7th. So it's not just about right now, but it was in general, like how should we engage with children about Israel? And of course, the conversation turned to post October 7th. How should we talk to them? What should we be clear about and trying to understand? And the expert who we were talking to, she's a professor of Jewish education from Hebrew Union College in Los Angeles. She said that she does research and she speaks with lots of children of many ages. And she went age by age of what children are thinking about after October 7th. And she said a few things that really just surprised me, which was even our youngest kids, like 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds, know that something changed after October 7th. They wouldn't be able to describe it, and they didn't, adults aren't really talking to them about it, but they realize that something is different. And going up through the ages, that each stage has a different experience of it. But what her conclusion was that what children and youth, teens, young adults have that maybe adults don't have is they're experiencing it in their own way and seriously and taking in deep questions about empathy, what it means to care about somebody else who you don't know, and how to navigate anti-Semitism, how to navigate various narratives that are happening in our country right now. But what she said was that what young people have is that no matter how horrible of the information that they've heard, there is always an expectation that it's going to change and a hope for the future that adults might lose. And whether it's due to experience or knowledge of history or whatever it is, but the fact that children have this ability to say, yes, the world is a mess. What's happening in Gaza is horrible. What's happened in Israel is horrible, as bad as it can get. And yet there's this belief that there's hope and that it will get better. And so I'm just so thrilled that Maya and Noah, you were here in our community in Toledo and what you do in Cleveland, that you're bringing that message, that even though times are really hard, and we feel for you, not being so far away from your families and your friends and knowing what kind of Israel you're going back to in June, that we thank you for bringing that hope and that joy to our community. So thank you. Speaking of children, I would like to call up all of the children who are here tonight to help me open the ark for Aleinu. I'd like to invite the congregation to please rise. Asher. You two, these two right here. You want to come up? You don't have to, but if you want to, okay, come on. All right, Isaac, you can come too. All right, Asher, come on. All right, Josie and Sloan, come on over here. Asher and I, okay, Josie and Sloan are here. Asher and Isaac are here. All right, you're gonna, there you go. Great. Aleinu l'shabach Adon hakol, l'tikdu l'yotzer breshit, shalom asanu gigwei haratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shalom sam chalkeinu kahal, ve'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei malach maher hamachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 591. Roll it back.
Watch your fingers. Everybody watch your fingers. There you go.
High five. Slowly. Awesome. Please be seated. Page 595. It is hard to sing of oneness when the world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness to our lives have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness of their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. We do best homage to our dead when we live our lives more fully, even in the shadow of our loss. For each of our lives is worth the life of the whole world, and each one is the breath of the ultimate one. In affirming the one, we affirm the worth of each one whose life, now ended, brought us closer to the source of life, in whose unity no one is alone, and every life finds purpose. In our community this week, we are thinking of Linda Southers, Russell Stroll, Anita J. Barmash, and Rochelle Russell, all who have been laid to rest in the past month. We are also remembering those this is the week of their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death. Dorothea Baum, Isadora Berkowitz, Celia Y. Brown, Sam Casey, Mark H. Edelstein, Mira Z. Epstein, Lena Green, Dr. Marvin C. Green, Frank S. Green, Mayor Greenfield, Dr. Walter I. Greenson, Shirley R. Jaffe, Bert Klein, Eleanor Friedlander Levy, Marilyn Levine, Bertha Liebenthal, William A. Mile, Stephen S. Mossbacher, Brenda S. Murphy, Bertrand Pelletier, Pearl Pettigene, Eugene H. Pincus, Cecile Prager, Margaret Ellen Raskin, Dr. Herbert A. Raskin, Dan Robbins, Louis R. Romanoff, Edward Rubin, Benjamin Siegel, Alan Zakobin, Lester Steiner, Florence R. Thal, and Joan Seagry. I'd also like to mention that when we say the words of the Kaddish, we are opening compassion into our hearts for those that we have lost. And I want to mention the 7 people who were volunteers of the Central Kitchen who died in Gaza this week, an organization that supports the hungry around the world, including Israelis in Israel after October 7th. If there are others that we'd like to mention, I would invite you to do so now. The words to the Mourner's Kaddish are on page 598. Please rise if you are able. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olamei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Kedusha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. May be seated. Our closing song this evening is Adon Olam. I never know the page.
I think it's 322.
Thank you. 325. Page 325.
Adon olam asher malach miterem ko yitzir nivra le'et nasa Ve'hu ואין שני להמשיל לו להחבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית ולא העוז והמשרה ולא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחגה לי וצור חבלי בצרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו הפקיד רוחי בעת אישן והעירה ואם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא אדוני לי ולא יירא.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Please join us in the hallway for Kiddush and Motzi.